we are going to take on the next 4 missions, which mission 8, well, chapter 8 will be Dionne's test, an absolutely brutal mission, one of the hardest in the entire kingdom route. And because we're going to go into the rune route, we have to do Dionne's test. We could skip it, of course, by going to quote-unquote recruit Nana's path, but we already did that in the kingdom route stream, so we're going to avoid that. We're going to take this path. Alright, so let's get started here. So in the last one, we did the first 4 missions. We ended off with a robber reclaimed. Now we're going to go and make sure we're going to check our stats. That's the most important thing. When you're prepping for Dionne's test, you do not want to go in there unprepared. You can be easily annihilated the second Andrew comes out, and even during round 3 when the Flaros appears. So let's double check this. Bastion should always have reflect attack and parry. He's going to need this for the first 3 rounds for sure. He's also going to need it for Andrew, but Andrew though, getting him to attack from the front is nearly impossible, so reflect attack won't even deflect his strong thrusts. As for parry, you're going to need that. That increases your evasion rate, and that makes it more easier to avoid his attacks. As for Dionne, you need parry. Without parry, you're very likely just going to get hit every single time. And we are definitely going to need Jasper. Usually we would want to keep the wind sealing stone, but we need the power right now. As for Reyna, we are powering her up for the rune route, but right now she is not important. Everything has to be for Bastion. So we're going to have to level up Bastion as much as possible. During testing and previous plays, I've got them to level 14 and struggled to still finish Dionne's test. So we will very likely have to reload unless the RNG gods are with us. So let's hope for a single run through the mission. The good thing about it is it's very short, so we won't have a long ways to go to get back to Dionne if we get there. And I'm a bit under the weather, so my voice is a little bit not top notch in a way. We've done all our shopping, so let's go to interview, and then we'll do briefing, and then we'll go into Muspel attacks. So, Reyna's going to join us for the rune route. So tell me, Bastion, you and Melia have a brother-sister relationship, right? So you're single, right? Alright, so we'll just keep talking to Reyna. And we've got +6 morale points for briefing time. Okay, Muilama Plateau. Here's our first opportunity to level up. And I'll explain that when the mission starts, not here. I wonder why we didn't detect all these ATACs earlier. Maybe we can capture one of these filthy bandits and torture him until he explains how they hid from us. I like your way of thinking, Reyna. Okay, so we begin the mission. Ugh, I totally hate that guy. His unmannered way is exceeded only by the stench that precedes him. I must agree with your assessment that both his attitude and appearance, Claire. And he has zero respect for my dad. It's like, hey, you're talking to the Duke of Nordilain, okay? So did I hear his story right? The Empire invaded Araba Castle to set up a base in the kingdom. And then they totally lost a fight with some ATACs from the Avalon Corps. That is so sad. And now they're asking us to help them clean up their mess? Whatever. I know, Dad is allied with the Empire and all, but I wish he could tell them to shove off sometimes. I have noted your dissatisfaction with the Empire an average of 17 times per day, Miss Claire. Which is why I found it refreshing that you choose to complain about a rude, ugly man for a change. I often wonder why the Empire has chosen someone so lacking in social graces to be their ambassador. Perhaps they learned of your ability to acquire confidential information via shameless flirtation. Ha ha. Like, that is so true. Boys will totally do anything I want when I act all sweet to them. That doesn't make me easy, right? Because I know I won't do that anymore if that's the message I'm sending. Not at all, Miss Claire. You are a kind and, innocent young woman. Thanks, Dionne. I totally get the warm fuzzies when you say stuff like that about me. I consider myself your friend as well as your advisor, Miss Claire. I rather enjoy making you happy. I know. But I'd be even happier if Dad would let me do my own thing sometimes, you know? I apologize if my constant presence irritates you, but I'm afraid it is mandated by your father. I know, Shion. I'm just having a wishful thinking moment. I dare not confess the times I have dreamt of being more than a mere friend, sweet Claire. Your Grace, I bring important news. So let's hear it already. Our scouts at the western border have sighted a group of foreign ATACs crossing into our country. The descriptions seem to match the Avalon ATACs that conquered Araba Castle. So, like, I wonder if they think those Imperial ATACs came here when they hightailed it from the castle. But it totally doesn't matter now that they've entered our country without permission. Maybe if we get rid of them in a hurry, that nasty ambassador will stop coming. And bonus, Dad'll be so proud of me, maybe he'll build me a new ATAC or something. Please exercise due caution. The soldiers who reclaimed Araba Castle defeated Faulkner himself. Anyone who can triumph over the Empire's most skilled warrior is to be respected and feared. I know, Shion. That's why I'm bringing you with me, silly. While I prefer the art of science to the art of combat, I am honored to fight for you, Miss Claire. Ha ha ha. Dionne, you might be a total brainiac, but I know you can totally kick tail too. So like, let's get a squatching going or something, okay? I want to go bash some enemy ATACs. I imagine these bandits were cowering inside the cave. There's no way that we could have seen them sooner. I had received reports of a group of rogue Imperials based in this area, but discounted them as rumors. These bandits think they're going to end our lives and steal our ATACs? Boy, will they be surprised. Well, well, these are some impressive ATACs. They'll fetch a mighty price on the black market. I know those people from Nordilain paid us to report any strange ATACs and to stay out of sight. But we'll make 10 times as much money after we sell these ATACs. Begin the attack. Should we dismantle these thieves one at a time or all at once? Alright, so before we start here, I need to update chat and basically tell everybody what we're doing, but unfortunately it's not showing up. Okay, forget that. Okay, so let's just go. So we have Bandit Chief here. He's the strongest, of course. His stats are nothing to be afraid of, right? You can easily take him down. The problem is once you take down Bandit Chief, on this corner of the map, we are going to encounter, well, Claire and Shion, as well as the rest of the Nordilain forces, are going to appear here. From that point, things become slightly harder, but even though they're a little bit harder, we get more experience thanks to Claire. Claire, though, will run away when her HP gets less than 50. So we're going to need to take down the other Nordilain soldiers and try to isolate Claire in case Zera decides to try and kill her and basically force her to run away, because he doesn't have the attack power to take her down in one shot. So that's the goal. We're first going to take down bandits here. We're going to make sure Bandit gets his... We're going to make sure oh my goodness. We're going to make sure Bastion, okay, this is, you can tell I'm sick, right? We're gonna make sure Bastion gets as many kills as possible. We're gonna just focus solely on improving Bastion. And in order to prepare for Dionne's test, because we have only 2 missions before we start that, we might have to focus on increasing his agility so that he can actually avoid attacks. Because the less HP he loses in Dionne's test, the more likely we're going to be able to survive it. Otherwise, we're going to have to reload it. But we also need to focus on increasing his dexterity also. So there's a huge trade-off in leading up to Dionne's test. So let's think of it as we go. We're going to bring Reyna all the way up. She has Serrata, and if you don't know why, it's because it's actually better than Harol. Harol has no bonus stats to basically make her stronger, right? But Serrata has the same bonus stats as the Alba, which makes this a lot better. She loses her range with long thrust, but she gains in stat power. Let's end here. Zera's going to make his moves. We can't control him, unfortunately. So Bastion's going to still be an Alba. And as I said, we're going to make sure Bastion gets as many kills as possible. So Barlow can... If you're really like into Barlow and you want him to fall in love with you, literally just have him do nothing. Every time it's his turn, just end turn. His morale will steadily go up every time we do that by +2. So if we basically do it up to like halfway through the game, At that point, he'll basically be in love with you. Alright, so I wish we could select, I wish we could see what, I wish we could see the turn order during these little segments, so we can see if Zera's going to pop up next, and then we can judge whether we want Reyna to counterattack or not. So we'll just go ahead and strong slash. And as you've seen, we had a ton of experience. That's because the level difference was only 1, and we were doing a counterattack. Okay. Now, with Bastion, he can actually attack that bandit who's just about to be one-shotted, but it's from the back. When you attack from the back, you actually lose a ton of experience, because when you attack from the front, you get, I would have to say 100% experience. Attack from the side nets you less, and attack from the back really drastically drops it. So you want to always try and kill from the front. So let's see how far Bastion can move. So he can move up to here, which will net him the most experience after he kills this bandit. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That means leaves us with 40 AP, which isn't great. Experience is also determined by how much damage you deal at the same time. So we'd have to attack with thrust, which is good, but maybe not good enough to get as much experience as possible. Okay, let's attack with Reyna. And Zera can be easily defeated, so how about we just go here? We'll do a strong slash on Bandit 4's side. And here, Bastion, I do want him to attack Bandit 6 to take the experience, but I don't know whether I want to do strong slash here and get a bit less experience, or do thrust here to get more experience. I guess we can see whether thrust can actually knock him out. Or sorry, fireball. When I thought, oh, I forgot I have fireball. So fireball is really powerful. This is the whole reason why we're using the fire seal stone right now. Okay, so we got 56 experience. Remember, his level is 10 and everybody else is not even close to that. Even Bandit Chief is only level 9. So we're gonna get less experience from him, but we still need him to make the kills so he can survive Dionne's test. Okay. Always remember, Gallus is going to leave in the Kingdom route, so if you're ever in the Kingdom route, don't ever really power him up. Okay, Zera, we're trying to get Zera killed right now, but it's not going to happen. He pretty much won't get killed unless we basically ignore the bandits and just let them attack Zera to keep freezing him and bringing down his HP. Welcome to the stream. Right now we are focusing on leveling up Bastion for Dionne's test. It's going to be hell, really, to say the least. I have said that we may end up needing to reload because we're going for 100% here, right? And if we lose and we continue on, I can't consider it 100%. I don't think anybody should. So we might need to reload if we lose in Dionne's test. So we're just working on building up Bastion. He's level 10 right now, so he can get a ton of experience. Well, he can't get a ton of experience, apologies. And he has all his dormant skills as well as Fireball right now, which is good. Unfortunately, we aren't able to purchase Ruby for Flare Bomb, so it'll make Dionne's test a lot harder. Okay, so Reyna leveled up. We are trying to get Reyna's trick for her, so let's increase her dexterity and end here. Okay, when Bandit Chief is gone, Claire will appear. So we have to make sure we get Bandit Chief's kill with Bastion. If we don't, then we actually lose a ton of experience because Zera is going to take all the experience. Let's keep Bastion up there. Okay. So, have you ever played this game before, or are you new? I had a viewer come before who came in and said it was interesting, and told me they were new to the game, but they found it interesting. So I'm just wondering, are you new to it? This game isn't really I would say it's like a cult following kind of game, not really a game that's mainstream. Okay, Reyna's good. So if we move Rain, well, Reyna's at 87 FP, so if she makes any moves right now, she's gonna freeze herself and basically be left open to being killed. So we'll end her turn, reduce her FP usage, or to reduce her FP. And I believe we can probably take down Bandit Chief right now with Bastion. As soon as we do that, oh wait, okay. So thankfully he didn't attack Zera. If he did that, we probably would have lost him right away. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to attack from the side in order to get experience for this. And if you don't know, attacking from the front nets you more experience than attacking from the side and the back. It's an interesting unknown mechanic in the game. I've never seen anybody ever talk about it. Alright, so like I said, Dionne's test is coming up. Andrew is going to be the tough one to deal with because he can use strong thrust a lot, and he's also very hard to hit, so we might need to... So I guess what we can do, now we've got our first level up, is give 2 to agility and 1 to dex. That'll make it so we can dodge more often, because Andrew, although weak, he's actually pretty weak. The problem is that he can keep dodging our attacks. And then he's also very fast, so it's hard to hit him. So maybe 2 to agility and 1 to dex the whole time. So let's go ahead and confirm this. That red ATC belongs to Claire, the daughter of Duke Logan and the heir to the Nordilain forest. I knew Nordilain was involved with the Empire, but I certainly didn't expect them to attack us. Hey, I totally recognize those ATCs. They belong to Zera and Galvis. This is going to be like a better fight than I expected, you know? And my dad will be so happy when I give him their swords for his trophy wall. Like, seriously. Alright, so we're going to move forward with Bastion. Maybe, I think he should be fine. He's level 11. And the only real issue is Claire and Dionne. These other Nordilain soldiers, they're only a problem if they surround Bastion and end up freezing him. So maybe we'll bring Barlow with us and Devlin. Devlin can help weaken. And we'll have Reyna make these bandit kills. I think she had low enough level that she should be able to level up a little bit. Okay, so that's not Reyna. There, she's level 7, and everybody else should be level 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay, so Reyna can get these kills. We're going to move Bastion up here, and Zera's actually going to charge against the Nordilains. So we need to watch out for him. Yeah, I think I said we're gonna leave Devlin. No, we're gonna leave Reyna and Galvis here with the bandits to basically boost up Reyna's experience and level. Galvis will be assisting Reyna in her level up, and Barlow, Devlin, and unfortunately Zera are gonna attack the Nordilain soldiers. Alright, 211, as you see, if we attack from the side with Reyna, we would have probably gotten 180, no, not 100, 190, and attack from the back would probably netted us 170 experience. So that's an assumption, but I have tested, and it is true. You get less experience depending on which side you attack the enemy from. Okay, Zera. And he stole a kill. Okay. 0, 0, 0. My bud. Okay, we need to put Bastion in a place where he can be attacked, but not surrounded. So we're going to put him right here. We're going to end our turn. We're going to have Barlow beside Bastion so they can't go around the Bastion's backside. And we're going to have Devlin sit... I want to put him here. Yeah, okay, we'll put him here. And we'll try and lock in the Nordilains in that corner. That way... Okay, Devlin's dead. That's okay. He's not coming with us to Ruin Route, so... Anyone not coming, I'm perfectly fine with being defeated. Okay, Barlow, he is very, very low. He's taking a lot of damage because he's level 5. Let's see if we can dodge this. Generally, his dodging skills are not great, but thankfully they are this time. Okay, 417. Now, for Reyna, we need to increase her dex again. We're still going for Reyna's trick, and she should have nothing, really. So, there we go. Now let's move to the side. We got some more bands to wipe out. Okay, dodge. Not gonna dodge. So don't rely too much on the accuracy, on the hit rate, right? So if it's under 50, it doesn't mean, from experience of course, it doesn't mean you're gonna dodge it easily. Sometimes they can hit you with 10% hit, and that happens more often than you think. It's really disturbing. So if you feel like you're being hit, just defend rather than avoid. Unless you have parry or reflect dormant skills, that's what you're always gonna want to do. So he's gonna try and strike us, and because we have reflect and parry, we'll probably either hit his sword away or his axe and then do a counterattack. And let's see it in action. Let's see what dormant skill activates. Okay, so parry activated. There we go. 39. Now, thankfully, Zera's being distracted by the bandits. Why is that important? It's important because Zera snipes kills. And that literally is really why it's important. We want him to not take any experience. Okay, well, he's going behind and he's going to attack. Thankfully, not Claire. That's very lucky. Okay, so if Claire gets down to 50% or less HP, he escapes. And I'm not 100% confident, because I haven't done this mission in a little bit, right? But I believe that the rest of Nordilain's soldiers leave with her. So that means we lose all that experience. So we need to make sure Claire doesn't get killed. Okay, perfect. She's running away from Zera. Okay. Our target ideally would be Dionne. We don't want to hit Claire. Let's go ahead and focus down on Dionne. Not Claire. Actually, here's a tip. If the FP is over 60, generally all enemies will skip their turn in order to prevent themselves from being frozen. But some enemies can go up as high as... No enemy can go as high as 60. So if the FP of the enemy is 60 and you attack them, or you get their FP to 60, then they will skip their next turn, so you don't have to freeze them. So that's perfectly fine. You can freeze them if you want to get 2 free turns on them, but otherwise 60 will prevent them from making a turn. So if we attack Claire now, she's going to use Melting Flare, and let's check her FP right now. And it's 36, so we can prevent her from attacking. So let's go ahead and use Melting Flare on her. Oh, long thrust. Like, no offense, Galvus, but I hear you're totally ancient. So I don't feel guilty about killing you, since you're totally on the verge of croaking anyway. It appears I need to beat some respect into you, little girl. As hot-headed as Devlin. Okay, Barlow... I'm always wary of him. I want him to survive, but he's a really poor character. So let's see if we can... Let's just defend with him the whole time. Okay, we're gonna have him end. He's basically just a pincushion, an attack, a damage soaker. What do you call it? A tank? He's basically a tank right now. He's not really someone who's really useful, I guess, for lack of a better word, right? Okay, Zero thankfully has not taken the kill. Good. Okay, let's check let's check the levels of the enemies who are weakened right now and see who Bastion can wipe out and who we need to quickly get to get the experience. So Bandit 2 is level 6, and then Nordilain 2 is level 6. Okay, so because we see that, we need to see who we can attack from the front, and that's Nordilain 2. Unfortunately, Zera's pretty close to Claire, so we might need to rush over there pretty soon. At least surround her. Since Zera doesn't have a range to attack just yet, we can actually surround Claire and protect her from getting killed. Barlow's gonna do nothing. Reyna needs to do nothing. She attacks once, she's frozen, she gets herself killed right away. And as you've seen, Claire made no moves because her FP was above 60. Okay, let's go ahead with Thrust, and I was gonna say we'll attack Dionne, but I don't believe Zera can actually one-shot Dionne from the back, so he doesn't have that kind of power. At least not yet. Okay, we lost Bandit 2. Perfectly fine. We basically were perfectly fine with that happening. Okay, let's move over to Dionne. Unfortunately, we have to attack from the back. Actually, wait. Nordilain 3. So 6, 6, and 9. We're going to get more experience from defeating Dionne. The reason why I halted myself for a second was because we're attacked from the back. Attack from the back will net us less experience. And let's see. So we're going to do a lot of damage. 61 damage to be precise. Let's go ahead and end our turn here. Zero will probably attack Dionne, and from there, we'll reduce his HP further. We can one-shot him at that point. Let's have Devlin weaken Nordilain 3, and hopefully Zero actually attacks Dionne. If he doesn't, Reyna will do it for us. Okay, Barlow is dodging more than I expected, which is good. And if you find my voice weird right now, I just want to say I'm actually under the weather, so that's the reason why. Hopefully it's not bothersome. Okay, Dionne. Okay, so he's gonna attack Reyna. Reyna only has parry, so she can dodge, but we're at a risk of, if we counterattack and she does dodge. No, if she counterattacks and she gets hit, she gets one shot. So maybe we'll just avoid this. Excellent. Okay, unfortunately she can't learn tackle, so that really sucks. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with her right here. Okay, she'll get killed no matter what I do, so let's end. Okay, Zera apparently missed his turn, so he's coming up next in the 4th turn. So we have the +2 to the turn, right? Because Bastion is actually turn 1. So Zera's gonna be next, and if we attack Dionne with Reyna right now, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, so we can't even touch Dionne yet. Maybe we'll just do a normal weak attack on Dionne, like this, right? We'll weaken his defenses and then hit him with Fireball afterwards. Let's see if we can one-shot him at that point. Go ahead and use Thrust on Bandit on Dionne. Okay, maybe not. Zero will turn around and destroy Dionne, and we lose that experience. And here, Barlow back from the back, and unfortunately he missed. Okay, perfect. He attacks Dionne. Okay, Reyna's gonna die. We still need to be extra careful with her. Yeah, okay, we still need to be extra careful with Reyna. Let's see, can we attack him? We can freeze him, but that's about it. We'll die in the process. Okay, at this point it's pretty terrifying. So let's try and counter this. Let's see. Counter is a very risky action to take, because, well, you take the full brunt of the damage, but it's a high risk scenario where if you make a counterattack, you do 120% damage. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get our massive amount of experience. Probably not a massive amount, but a good decent amount. Game 130. So it's very hard to level him up right now. He's actually over leveled, so that's why he's not getting a ton of experience. Let's end here. Let's end our turn right here. I guess we can take that kill. Okay, we'll take this kill instead. We will go to his side so Zera can't waltz on over and take it. Try and avoid this. Nice. Barlow is doing a good job of surviving, by the way. Normally, he just cannot dodge for the life of him. So she leaves at 50% HP. So 50% of 79 is 39.5. So if she goes under 40 HP, she's gone. So let's go ahead and see how far we can bring her HP down. Okay, we can't bring it down at all. Maybe Reyna. She's pretty weak. So maybe we can bring Claire's HP down to 40. Hey, Barlow, please hit. Okay, I guess not. Please dodge. Okay, excellent. We might need to sacrifice Reyna right now so that we can get Claire's HP down to about 40 and then one-shot her with Bastion. Okay, 39. Let's see, who's after Reyna? Zera comes next. And he can go behind Claire, so that's the issue. So it's 20, 30, 40, and then 55, 65 and 75. So he won't be able to attack if he gets behind her. But I may have miscounted the AP cost. So first move is always 20 AP, okay? So 20, 30, 40, and then plus 5 every time you pass an ATAC. So 15, 65, 75. He shouldn't be able to get behind her and attack. Well, let's see. Am I counting correctly? Because I've done the testing, and it is true. I'm just wondering if I screwed up my counting. So we're gonna... Oh god, I got scared. I thought he could walk through other enemies like a knight in chess could, right? I forgot. I was, yeah. I freaked myself out with my own thoughts. Okay, so Claire, if we attack from the front, we probably won't be able to kill her. So Bastion's stats are 14 power, and we have Claire's defense at 6. So that's a huge difference in stat points. We probably won't be able to one-shot her from the front, so we're gonna have to attack from the back. And like I said, once she's gone, the other Nordilains should retreat. I forgot whether they do or not, so we'll see. Okay, let's attack. You have an impressive ATAC for an Imperial soldier. Let's see how long it takes for me to destroy it. Imperial agent, like, are you... I said it in the last stream, before I censored myself, or something. I'm the daughter of Duke Logan, dirt boy. Bang. Fantastic. 51, which is pretty good, actually. That's pretty strong when you're attacking Claire. Okay, 74 experience. Okay, so Nordilain soldiers do not leave, which is good. Now let's just finish them off. We're going to try and prevent Galvus from making kills as usual. He can... Wait, actually? What's the level of this bandit? Level 5? 6 and 6. Okay, we're going to protect the Nordilain soldiers. We're going to make sure Bastion gets these kills. Now let's hope Zera decides that the bandit is worth attacking more than the Nordilain soldiers. Okay, so like I said, I want Devlin to be a tank, so we could put 2 to defense and 1 to agility. Enemies will keep focusing on Barlow, and then they'll just keep missing and barely doing any damage. Okay. There we go, still got hit at 32%. That's why you can't fully rely on hit accuracy or evasion rate. If he attacks Bastion, we could probably wipe Bandit 3 out with a normal slash. Yeah, we can. But because it's weak, we're not going to get a lot of experience. But we're focusing on taking down the Nordilains for the majority of the experience. Okay, 38. We're going to move here. Let's go ahead and use Fireball. And that's not enough. Okay, if we use Melting Flare, we could reduce its defense, but we'd run the risk of Zera actually taking a kill anyways. So let's see who comes after Bastion. We have Barlow and then Zera, then Bastion, Barlow, Galvus. So we'll attack with Barlow first, and then we'll have Bastion take the kill. Okay, so let's just put Bastion right here. End his turn. Galvus can go ahead and do a normal, probably not a normal attack. Let's move him behind Nordilain 1, so Zera won't take that spot. We'll do Thrust on Nordilain 3. He's going to die. Actually, wait. I could see Zera turning to the side and taking Nordilain 3 down. I didn't know Barlow was that strong. That's very unfortunate. Okay, let's just go ahead and attack. Okay, we lost Barlow. Now remember this, if you're working on having their morale, your party's morale stay high, getting them killed will actually reduce their morale. So if your goal is for high morale, just avoid letting them die. Right now, because we're going to a rune route, there's no real reason to keep morale high. It's not required at all to get anything in the rune route. Now if you're going down kingdom route, there is where you want to basically make sure that your morale is as high as possible, because it's vastly important in the kingdom route. Alright, we got the kill. There we go. Bastion only level up once. Unfortunate, but it is what happens when you're over leveled. It's over? It seems to be. We sure haven't made any friends in Nordilain. That may pose a problem later on. The best course of action would be to return to Araba and decide our next move, Bastion. Nordilain has not officially declared war upon the kingdom, but they have made their allegiances known. I have ordered our spies to find out whatever they can of the relationship between Nordilain and the Empire. I also have some happier news. We have completely destroyed the cave those bandits were using. We, have repaired the damage to the castle, so, there should be no problem defending it now. But I imagine that the Empire believed the same thing before we came and took it from them. We must remain vigilant. It's impossible to know precisely when the next attack will come. Yes, of course. Do you bring news, soldier? Indeed, we have received a visitor to Araba, a messenger from the Muspel Nation asking to see His Highness. The Muspel Nation? I must say that I'm apprehensive to learn what bare-handed scheme Radcot's come up with now. This is extremely suspicious, Your Highness, both in the timing and the motivation. I might agree with you if I knew who Radcot was. He's the ruler of the Muspel Nation, a nefarious man who is constantly scheming to expand his influence. Muspel has engaged Avalon in warfare for many years, occasional hit-and-run strikes on our border. Radcot's guerrilla tactics are the reason that Avalon cannot send more soldiers to fight the Empire. We have long suspected a connection between Radcot and the Empire, but proof has eluded us for years. What would you have us do with the messenger? Send the snake back into the desert. With pleasure, Duke Zera. Okay, so we're going to Rune Route, okay? So we actually can pick whatever option, whatever dialogue choices here, because as long as we survive Radcot's army's attacks, we're going to continue on towards Dionne's test. And excuse me. No, well, sorry, scrub everything I just said. No matter what option we pick here, we can still end up in the Rune Route, as long as you fulfill the conditions that I laid out in the previous stream. I'll reiterate them here to summarize. Load your save stats from your endgame file and start a new game. You have to do that. You don't do that, you're not getting to Rune Route. So pick whatever you want here. We're going to Dionne's test. So let's do ... which is the RPG Universal Sign Language for silence. We now have a third foe to concern ourselves with, Your Highness. He is planning something, no doubt. Have we heard any word from our spies in the Muspel Nation yet? Unfortunately not. I'm beginning to wonder if they had been caught. I share all your concerns, but we have to focus on our original plan of meeting with Marquis Dionnes. You're right, Bastion. Nothing can be solved by worrying about things that lie beyond our control. I believe it would be prudent to send a few more spies into Muspel. We must learn what Radcot's up to. I'll send him at once, Duke Zera. Your Highness, we should begin preparations for our journey to Dionne. Hello, new viewer. How are you today? Ione, have you noticed that Galen's been acting a little strange lately? And it doesn't seem strange that the Empire captured Raba so easily? Are you implying what I think you are, Duke Zera? I am only noting that caution may be the best course where Gamelon is concerned. I shall stay here and keep watch on him. He's up to something, and I intend to find out what. I pray you're wrong, for all our sakes, Zera. Wait, Zera says he stays in Araba Castle, right? But he is part of the next mission. Interesting, I never noticed he said that. Fascinating. Second-guessing Radcot has not been kind to my constitution. My stomach is in knots. I don't see why. I'm not especially concerned with him. His reach is too limited to cause us trouble. My thoughts are focused on Marquis Dionnes and how our meeting with him will turn out. Well, I know for certain that the Marquis Dionnes will test poor Bastion. Test him? In what way? He shall test his heart, Galvus, not his fighting skills. You must learn what Bastion's ambitions are. I certainly hope that Marquis is not so rude as to ask such things of His Highness. That would upset me. If Dionne really knows where to find the Ultra Gunner, nothing he asks is too great. Certainly you're exaggerating. Bastion's integrity would prevent him from doing a whole host of indignities. But I digress. Let's instead discuss the personnel which His Highness has chosen for this journey. I realize that they are friends of His Highness, but they are also helpless women and children. I feel more like a babysitter on this journey than a warrior. What's that you're saying, old man? Beg your pardon? Well, unless you've gone prematurely gray, you're definitely not a kid. We might be young, but we fight just as well as any soldiers. I highly doubt that your naivety is an adequate substitute for years of training and experience. Come on, old man, just admit you're jealous that we have our youth and you have your wrinkles. These are not wrinkles, these are natural skin creases. And what did you mean by helpless women? My good looks never stopped me from thrashing my foes. No one should be treated unfairly because of their age or their gender or for any other reason. Unless, of course, you're an old man. Reina, you know better than to joke with a man who was born without a sense of humor. Your Highness, I beg you, please ask your friends to change the topic of conversation. What's the matter with the old man? Oh, I know. Here. Try these brownies, made with a herb called Balestra, guaranteed to bust through your blockage. Wow. Stop it, all of you. Galvus, my friends are teasing you. Please forgive them. Galvus, if you don't learn how to lighten up real quick, I think this trip will be the end of you. The country of Dionne is directly across the southern border, and perhaps a clue to the location of the Ultra Gunner. Hold on. I've detected a squad of ATACs. We're under ambush. Who dares attack His Highness? Alright, so here we go. Now, we did reject the offer to meet Radcot in the desert, but that does not mean we cannot actually end up getting captured by Muspel's forces. If we lose this battle, if Bastion gets defeated in this battle, we actually end up getting pushed into the mission where we meet Nana and have to do desert escape, and that means we don't get to do Dionne's test. Unfortunately for us, we are very over leveled, which means that's not going to happen unless for some crazy reason we end up dying, which shouldn't happen. I'm going to guarantee 100% we're not going to lose here. Alright, so we completed a robbery claimed, and we're going to save here. There we go. I mean, sorry, we completed Nordilain assault. Okay, now let's double check our stats. We should be perfectly fine with everything. And let's see. So we're going to double up. We're going to do 2 agility and 1 to dex. That's to prepare for Andrew and Marquis Dionnes when we battle him, when we battle both of them. The Flaros in round 3 will be a little bit more difficult, but nothing that would basically make us lose. So let's double check that we have everything here. We have Thieves' Rings, so our dexterity is increased. Jasper and Quicksilver. And there's really nothing else we can change here. We can swap out... Actually, we can't swap out Alpha. Okay, let's exit. We saved. Let's do our interview, briefing, and then we'll move into... I believe it's called Muspel Attacks. Okay. Reina, Bastion, why haven't you tried any of my cooking yet? Just because Ion got sick doesn't mean you will. Okay, let's just keep talking to Reina. She's following us into the Ruin route. Barlow, don't worry too much about morale. If you just joined in, don't worry about morale. It's not important in the Ruin route at all. There's only one path and one ending. We're completely surrounded. This is going to be our best fight yet. Assuming we win, of course. I just want to know who they are. Okay, I'm going to preface this mission by saying none of the enemies here are dangerous at all. If you've been, I guess as long as you're not under-leveled, right, you should be perfectly fine. And as long as you're not, I guess, getting Bastion frozen the whole time, you will survive it. So there's no real threat. The threat level of this mission is almost 0. I recognize these ATACs. They're from the Muspel Nation. You're serious? Absolutely, Your Highness. Radcot's invitation was obviously meant to be a trap. Prince Bastion, we have journeyed far to meet you. We would prefer that you accompany us back to Muspel of your own accord. Your threat is veiled thinly. Radcot's stench is carried with you. I spit on the grave of the filthy wench whose rotten womb spat that vile man into this world. Even with luck, there's no way we will prevail with these odds. And we were so close to crossing the border into Dionne. Our chief concern now should be survival, Reina. I must admit, the outlook is not good at this moment. No, Zera, Reina has the answer. Of course, Radcot can't attack in Dionne because it would be seen as an act of aggression. Marquis Dionnes would declare war on Muspel, and Radcot doesn't need any more enemies than he already has. Radcot being the coward that he is, self-preservation is his highest priority. Well, we have to find a way to cross these borders. How about this? We'll fight these Muspel soldiers while Bastion makes a run for the border of Dionne. But what about all of you? It's not your responsibility to worry about us, Your Highness. It's our responsibility to protect you from harm. We must sacrifice our lives so that you can defeat the Empire, so be it. No, I will not allow any of you to sacrifice yourselves for any reason. Whether we live or die, we will do it together. I'm confident we can smash through this siege and reach Dionne, all of us. Your Highness, please listen to me. Sorry, Galvus, but I must side with Bastion on this one. We fight together. Duke Zera. Bastion's way may be unconventional, but so far it's working. I don't intend to rock the boat. There have already been too many sacrifices in my name, Galvus. Too much tragedy, too much death. Besides, if I were to run away in a situation like this, I can't very well defeat the Empire, can I? I know it won't be easy, but I know we can do this together. Come on, Galvus. Certainly you can see the wisdom of his way. I am a professional. I obey the will of His Highness, regardless of my feelings. I am prepared to die at your side, Your Highness. I am prepared to die with honor. Damn you, Alucard. Damn you for instilling your iron will in the boy. And damn you for dying. No, I don't mean that, brother. I only wish you were here to watch Bastion fulfill his destiny. Attack us if you will, Muspel dogs. Come and heal at our feet. Alright, so like I said, the threat level of this mission is practically 0. Let's double check and check their levels. So Bastion's level 11, everybody's level 9. Speaking of the enemies. So we're not going to get a ton of experience. We do need to take down Muspel 1 and 2 to try and get Bastion to maybe level 13. That's going to be very difficult to do in this one. But if we manage to do it, we'll make the next mission much easier. And by much easier, I mean like maybe 1% easier. So let's go ahead and move Bastion all the way up. We're going to charge straight for Muspel 1 and 2 with Bastion. And we will probably bring one extra ally with him. We want to get there before Zera makes his way forward. Unless, of course, we get blocked, at which point we will have to force our way through with Bastion and whoever's going to be joining him. Actually, I think I'm going to make an alteration in that plan. We are going to fight our way forward, taking down enemies, basically weakening them as much as possible, and have Bastion take the kill, right? The normal level up single character strat. But as we continue moving forward, we will continue trying to get closer and closer to Muspel 1 and 2. As you can see, the 6 Muspel soldiers in front are not moving forward. They're not going to move forward until we actually attack or we get close enough. So they come in waves. Okay, we'll block off this Muspel soldier here so that Bastion can make the kill. We're playing very recklessly right now, and this really the only reason is so we can get Bastion to level up. Otherwise, we try to keep people alive. Okay, let's just go ahead and avoid this. 42% still managed to get hit. Absolutely normal in this game anyways. Alright, so he's going to be frozen one more hit. It's not going to happen because he just took his turret, so his FP went down. Okay, Bastion, like I said, attack from the back, you get less experience. So it's something you don't want to do when you're leveling up. Side, attack from the front, and defeat from the front as much as possible. But if there's no other option, you have to attack from the side or attack from the back. Okay, so Zera will probably take that kill. He tends to go for the ones who are about to die. If we attack from the back, will we actually one-shot? Okay, so let's attack from the back. Guarantee we get this experience. Okay, we also got 3,500 money. Now, we're going to move forward. We still need to get to Muspel 1 and 2. As you can see, they're not charging forward, they come in waves. Okay, we'll bring Barlow forward. And we'll leave Galvus and Devlin back here. Unless, we don't want them to level up. Actually, here, we'll do this. Reyna has a fire gem. Ideally, she's going to keep her water seal stone. Sorry, I said water gem. I said fire gem, didn't I? She's going to need her water ceilings. She's going to need her water stones to learn Reyna's trick. The reason why I have fire right now is so we can boost up Bastion, his attack power, and because fire has stronger attacks. Reyna having a water sealing stone is only truly useful when she gets Reyna's trick. So that's not going to be for a while, so we're going to keep her with a firestone for the foreseeable future. At least until she's able to learn ice shards. Okay, we're going to avoid this. But then again, melting flare is actually a better attack because it also, when it hits an opponent, it decreases their defense. So, yeah, but fire is definitely stronger. Okay, so we're pushing our way forward. We're trying to get to Muspel 1 and 2 so we can get to experience with Bastion. And hopefully Zera, well, just hopefully Zera doesn't make too many kills. Okay, Muspel 2, so we go here and we'll be able to do Fireball. Bastion could be attacked from behind, which is likely to happen, just saying. Actually, we'll go here. He has a weapon boost, so that means he should be able to one-shot him. Yep, there we go. One shot. Excellent. 98 experience. Okay. So remember, what we're planning right now is +2 to agility and 1 to dex. We want to make sure he can dodge. He can dodge Flare Bomb from Dionne, but be able to hit Andrew too. Because Andrew's agility is going to be 28, I believe. So it's really high. It makes him almost unhittable. Okay, let's go ahead and do a normal thrust. Barlow is going to continue moving forward. Okay, as you can see, we're still pushing forward. Okay, Bastion, he doesn't have his weapon boost anymore. If we move him here, let's see right here, we can go ahead and use Fireball on Muspel 3. There we go. And then we could probably use Searing Flame again on Bastion. That will increase his weapon power. We want it to one-shot. Okay, let's move aside. We're going to use Searing Flame, like I said. Okay, don't do this, please. Don't give Zera any kind of stat boost. He will dominate everything if you do. Like the worst thing you can do for yourself in the long run. In the short run, it won't be a problem. But in the long run, towards the final missions, yeah, you'll be probably underleveled. Okay, let's avoid 72%. Look at that. He still managed to dodge. And he dodged a 58% attack, which is good. Okay, so 34, let's see, can we one-shot? Yes, we can. Excellent. The power of Searing Flame is obvious, so if you ever get the chance, use Searing Flame as much as possible. Also Roaring Dex too, especially if your character has such a low dexterity score or stat allocation, you want to do that as much as possible. Okay, so would this work? We could end up probably pairing with our Dormant skill, so let's see. Or better yet, Reflect Attack. Nice, use Reflect Attack. Power of Dormant skills, by the way. And those skills I mentioned only activate from a frontal attack. From the side and the back, they will not activate. You'll be relying fully on your agility. Okay. And those two are probably going to die very soon. We'll give... Wait, actually need to make sure something. So Devlin comes next. Zera is going to come after Bastion. So Bastion's going to come up next. We're going to move close to Bastion and use Searing Flame because he's going to lose his weapon boost the second his turn begins. There we go, end here. Avoid this. Okay, but Devlin, Devlin's not joining us for the Ruin Route. Same as Galvus, Zero, and everybody else. The only one... Oh, and we're going to be in the Ruin Route by the end of the stream, by the way. Well, we're going to make the choice to get into Ruin Route by the end of the stream. Okay, so Devlin's gone. We don't need him anyways. Let's go ahead and keep Barlow forward a little bit. Bastion, he's gonna end up being frozen. He shouldn't get killed, by the way. At this point, he should not get killed. So we're gonna make the kill here, get our perfect amount of experience, and we're gonna end with this. As for Reyna, we need to block off the path so they can't get to Bastion. Go ahead and end here. There, do your thing and start weakening everybody for me. Oh my god, that's a huge hit. Attacks. And we're going to leave Muspel 2 alone. I don't think Bastion's going to recover quick enough for him to get the kill. Yeah, Zeron's probably... Zeron. Zero's going to get the kill. So we can't do anything about Muspel 2. We can weaken Muspel 6 for Bastion. Like I said, I don't like doing back attacks because of the experience loss, but it's going to happen. And we'll use Barlow. Oof. Okay. Okay, so Reyna can actually get this kill. I'm so blind. I didn't even see that she could attack first. Okay, so we're blocking off Muspel 6. Actually, yeah, whatever. Here we go. Reyna should level up probably once. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Reyna's going to require, let's see, 16 base and 20 dex for her Reyna's trick. So like I said, we're working towards that. But she also has parry right now, and for that we need 6. She needs reflect attack. I'm sorry. She needs reflect attack. She needs 6 base and 12 power. So reflect attack is very useful, especially now since she's in an infantry ATAC. So let's do this. Reyna's trick can come later, making a slight adjustment towards her build. And she should learn... Yeah, she should learn reflect attack next time she levels up. Okay, Galvus managed to survive. Very good, old man. Have you noticed Zero hasn't gotten a single kill yet? It's like the perfect run. And oof. So if we attack here, unless Muspel 5 moves, Zero should not be able to kill him. So we'll make an attack here. We shall move Barlow here to prevent Zero from making any attacks on Muspel 5. Attack Muspel 6. I think that's what I saw. Yeah, as you can see, when an ally is frozen, the enemies will start to beeline towards them and try to make the kills. That's why getting frozen is really dangerous. Okay, is Bastion gonna go first before Zero? So actually it's perfectly fine. We have a bunch of Muspel soldiers protecting Muspel 5. So let's attack here. Okay, Zero, let's see who he attacks. Okay, perfect. He froze that one. Okay, let's go ahead and use Fireball. Use your strongest attacks when you're making a kill. You get more experience that way. And we'll go behind this Muspel soldier. Sometimes Bastion can get attacked before Zero, so pay attention to that. And your turn order is determined solely by your agility, nothing else. So if you want to attack more often, increase your agility. So let's end here. Go move Reyna over here and do... Oh yeah, she has Fireball now. So let's attack Muspel, probably not Muspel 8. We'll attack Muspel 6. End our turn. I don't like attacking from the back. Okay, let's go into the side. Zero will probably take Muspel 9. He's next, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna take it. We can force him to lose more AP by doing this, because Zera's going to have to move across ATACs, which adds 5 AP cost to your movement. Okay, but he didn't move, so that's a good thing, actually. I honestly did not expect that. I thought he would move. So if we use Fireball there, we could reduce that Muspel Soldier to 1 HP. And then Bastion would be next, which allows him to make the kill. There we go. Okay, we decrease 3 stat points to power. I don't know why I forgot what I was doing. Now we should have Reflect Attack. Hold on a second. 6 base, 12 power, right? That was it? Oh, I must have got this wrong. Oops. She must not be able to learn Reflect Attack. I may have been looking at my charts wrong. Okay, so she's not going to get Reflect Attack, but she is a lot more powerful, so there was still a benefit to doing that. Let's go and Fireball. There we go. And we will end here. Let's try and block off Zera a little bit. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. Yeah, it didn't work. You see, we fought together, and we beat them. Let's get across the border into Dionne before Radcot sends anyone else Bastion. Alright, so because we won, we're going straight to Dionne's test. If we lost, we would have been captured by Muspel and forced into Desert Escape. Duke Radcot didn't know anything about the Ultra Gunner. He simply wanted to kidnap His Highness. I shudder to think what might have happened to us had we traveled into the Muspel Nation. Do you now understand why we were so concerned, Your Highness? Because we knew he was up to no good. I would hope that you would disregard anything he or his messengers might tell you in the future, won't you? I admit it, Galvis. You and Zera were absolutely right about him. I don't believe we've heard the last of him either. Last of his followers either. We must be ready for whatever he decides to try next, Bastion. Duke Zera is correct. Radcot is not a man who accepts failure. He will try something like this again. I hope the Marquis has not become impatient with us. That battle was quite a long one. I wonder if we should explain the reason for our delay, or fabricate a less dramatic tale instead. I am uncomfortable with negotiation in the first place. Of course, I always preferred violence. I only hope it is not necessary to win the loyalty of the Marquis. Galvis, you really do worry too much. From everything I've heard about him, Marquis Dionnes is an honorable man. It's going to be Bastion who wins or loses Dionne's alliance, not us. I realize this, Duke Zera, but I have never cared for situations which are out of my control. I have no doubt Your Highness will forge an alliance with the Marquis. If you harbor so much doubt in your heart, Galvis, people will become as wary of you as you are of them. It's impossible to make friends when you are constantly expecting them to become your enemies. I know it's never easy to change, Galvis. Can you learn to trust? Highness. Or at least learn to be less grouchy. I'm not surprised that your frown lines are your deepest wrinkles. That's right, old man. Learn to take things as they come. Think of it this way. Stop worrying, and perhaps your hairline will stop receding. I neither need nor want any experienced children telling me about the ways of the world. And my hairline is not receding. I have a prominent widow's peak. Grandpa, did you see the cake Raina baked for us? Look at the frosting. Look at the sprinkles. Look! I don't want your cake, you overfed oaf. What? After Raina worked so hard to make it? You're not very nice. I still don't want it. I also want to disappear so I don't embarrass myself any further. I do believe this is the first time I've seen you blush, Galvis. Welcome to my castle, Prince Bastion. I am Marquis Dionnes. The honor is ours, Marquis Dionnes. Thank you for meeting with us. I am Galvis Darryd, Corps Commander of the Kingdom. And I am Duke Zera of the Avalon Principality, but of course, you already know that. It's been a long time since we last tangled on the battlefield. Indeed it has, Duke Zera, but I hear your skills have improved immensely since then. Marquis Dionnes, I would have you hear our story and understand why we have come. You are impatient, Sir Galvis, but I suppose you have not come for idle chatter. Tell me your tale, then. Yes, Prince Bastion, I understand the words of Alucard. The Supreme Spirit can indeed be found in my country, but I know it as Gradia, the stone which is the key to unlocking the power of the Ultra Gunner. What? Why did you not tell us sooner? You must have known what we were speaking of almost immediately. I apologize, Marquis Dionnes. I am merely excited at what the future holds for Bastion. Please continue. It is simple, Commander Galvez. The duty of the Dionne-Lev family has always been to protect Gradia. I'm afraid I am only growing more confused, Marquis Dionne. Long ago, when the Ultra was sealed away, my great-grandfather pledged to guard it forever. Or until a person of royal blood and pure heart proved himself worthy of reviving its power. Remarkable. My brother never once mentioned any of this to me, but I'm sure he was sworn to secrecy. The pledge of your clan has now been fulfilled, Marquis Dionne. Please bestow Gradia to His Highness, that we may crush the Empire and restore the kingdom to greatness. I cannot do that yet, Commander. And why not, Marquis Dionne? Prince Bastion has not yet proven himself worthy of possessing it. You have heard all that His Highness has encountered and experienced, yet you deem him unworthy? If you are as unwilling to give Gradia to us, then you force us to take it. Calm down, Galvez. We are not here to wage another war. You must remember it was only a few days ago that I was declared the Prince of the Kingdom. You obviously know of my history, and therefore accepted me without question. But there are many who will not be so eager to embrace my existence, nor my right to the throne. It would be foolish not to expect some incredulity from the people of the continent. One of my greatest challenges will be to convince these people that I intend them no harm. If I cannot convince Marquis Dionne that I am worthy, how am I going to convince anyone else? Forgive me, Highness. How do I prove my worth, Dionne? You shall engage in ATAC combat with one of my most skilled soldiers. It has been my experience that the heart of a man is reflected by his actions on the field of battle. My father shared in that belief, Marquis Dionne. Go forth, Prince Bastion, and show me your worth. Alright, so here is Dionne's test. This is one of the hardest missions in the entire Kingdom route, and I say Kingdom route because we have to go through here before we get into the Rune route. So don't worry, we're still doing the Rune route. So let's save this. Now, like I've been saying, we're gonna make a battle save, okay? This is because RNG can be in this case, RNG can be a run killer, which means we just might be constantly getting hit even if our evasion rate is showing 20%. So yeah, this can easily kill our run. Now we have everything fully equipped. All our stats are perfectly fine. So we're gonna do our interview, we're gonna do our briefing, and then we're gonna go into the mission. Let's go and talk to Reyna. Hey Bastion, I got myself a bottle of the best liquor in Dionne-Lev. How about you and I share it? Let's talk to her 2 more times. There we go. Go to briefing. Your Highness, you must take great care in the arena. Dionne soldiers are considered to be the strongest on the continent. I'm not casting doubt on your own strength, of course, Your Highness. I am merely concerned for you. Even if you were to lose, I know that you will fight with honor. Lose, I plan to win, Galvez, and not only with honor, but with style. I'll prove to Marquis Dionne that I am worthy of the Ultra Gunner. Okay, before we start, I need a drink of water. And now, I need to turn my phone on to vibrate, because the beeping was very annoying, and I apologize for that. Okay, let's go to mission. Old school loading screens, aren't they great? Sometimes they take forever, sometimes they're really quick. Prince Bastion, you will fight each of my soldiers in turn. When your ATAC is disabled, the test is over. Attacks that could injure or kill either yourself or my soldiers are, of course, strictly prohibited. Are you ready? Whenever you are, Marquis Dionne. First soldier, enter the arena. Fight. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna save right here and only here, okay? We're gonna do this as legit as possible. Let's overwrite the battle save. So, like I said, we're gonna do this as legit as possible, okay? If we lose in any round, we're gonna start back here. We're not gonna do any save scumming whatsoever. So, ideally, you're gonna know. So, okay. let me first lay out how this works. So this is a 5-on-5 battle, or sorry, 1v1 battle in 5 rounds. This position is where every enemy will appear. So the second you defeat, let's say Mercenary 1 here, Mercenary 2 will appear in the exact same spot, 3, Andrew, and then Dionne. They're all going to appear here, and they will not attack on their first turn. What will happen is they'll appear, and then it will go straight to Bastion again, and then Bastion can make his turn from that point. The thing you have to worry about though is if Bastion's FP is high, he might have to end his turn, and if you're on Dionne, he's gonna attack. Well, if your FP is too high and you end your turn right behind where they spawn, especially for Andrew, he's gonna spin to your backside and do a strong thrust. So unless your agility is high enough, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna lose more HP. When it comes to Dionne, you're gonna get hit by flare bomb really hard, and unless he attacks from the front, it's going to be very hard to dodge it. The ideal strategy you want to try and do is put your back towards the wall. That way you can't be back attacked. It's going to be especially important when Andrew comes up because he will always go to your backside. One key thing to remember, when Dionne pops up, he doesn't care if he gets frozen, so you can use that to your advantage. If you can make him constantly attack and freeze himself, you can get extra hits, or you can spend time recovering your FP. So let's give this a shot, and hopefully we can do this in one run. Remember, we're not safe scumming here. So let's go, and first off, how far can Barazaph move? So it can move up to Bastion, so we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to end right here. I got 3 turns before Barazaph could make a move. That's very, pretty crazy. So now that Barazaph is here, let's go behind and use Fireball. Lost most of its HP, which is amazing. That's good. Now our agility is high, so we should not get hit. Excellent. Constantly go behind. Back attacks here is important for the most part. You can still end up leveling up here, so take advantage of that if you can. Great work, Bastion. 1 down. Who knows how many to go? What a hunk of muscles. That was wonderful, Bastion. Keep fighting hard. Good kill, Bastion. That was cool. Bastion, once you're done beating all these soldiers, let's go eat something really creamy. That was a textbook victory, Your Highness. I can see you were very well trained. Do not lose concentration, Bastion. One of my soldiers was defeated. I am already impressed, but the test must continue. Second soldier, enter the arena. Fight. Alright, as I said, Bastion can still move. This mercenary should not be able to attack. There we go. We'll go behind again, and we'll use another fireball. Remember, I forgot what it's called, Dantarius, that's what it's called. It has high agility, but because our dex is high, we can hit it. And here we lucked out, we leveled up. So, it's up to you whether you want to be able to hit more, or be more accurate with your attacks, or you want to be able to dodge. For me, Dionne freaks me the hell out, so I always increase my agility. Just to give me a better shot at surviving. So we're going to end here, Mercenaries going to go behind me, and it's going to do a strong thrust, let's see. Just normal thrust, okay. And 35%, I still got hit. The only unfortunate thing about this game. Now, FP is 70, do not attack if you're ever at this point. If you get frozen, you'll probably die. We're going to end our turn, and rely on our agility to save the day. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to attack from the front. We're going to get more experience doing this. We're not going to level up again, so don't try. 2 down, Bastion. Keep this up, and I'll take all those nasty things I said back about you. You go, Bastion. Bastion, that was fantastic. I never realized you were this strong. Bastion, you're my hero. Man, all the spectating makes me really hungry. His Highness is demonstrating the incredible strength of his heart. Perhaps Dionne will surrender. Beautiful effort. Keep it up. 2 soldiers? I wonder if my men have been delinquent in maintaining their training regiments. 3rd soldier, enter the arena. Fight. Alright, so the first 2 mercenaries were the easy peasy ones. Flaros, although not much different, is a little bit harder. This guy doesn't really have much to say about it, but it is definitely stronger and something, and you want to still be careful with Flaros because it is a bit harder than the first 2 rounds. So let's see first. So it can only move up to here, up to these spots right here. So if we go here, we'll have a chance to restore our FP safely. Okay, face Flaros, always face the enemy. And let's end here. Flaros can come towards us. Probably use thrust. Strong slash. Okay. Okay, so he's using strong slash. Let's hope our, let's see, reflect attack activates. It did. Excellent. Okay, let's go behind and go ahead and use fireball. Go. We can move one back and then end our turn. Now we're going to keep moving backwards. We're going to try and reduce our FP as much as possible. Because since Andrew's next, we get frozen by him, we're pretty much going to die immediately. So, have to be careful with that. Okay, let's end our turn here. Flaros going to come. Attack him from the front, so let's go ahead and use fireball. Nice. Our dormant skills are activating, parry, and reflect attack. Let's end here again. Now let's go behind Flaros because we want to position ourselves at this point for Andrew's appearance. The reason why I'm doing this is because his mercenaries HP is already at a point where it can be one-shotted. So I want to use the lowest FP attack that I have, which would be probably slash, but we'll see. Can we one-shot? No. Thrust? Thrust. So we'll use thrust because it only increases our FP by 5. Remember, FP is key to surviving this battle. 3 down, Bastion. I'm giving you a kiss after this battle's over, and I don't even find you attractive. Let me give him the kiss, Bastion. Let me give him the kiss, because I think he's absolutely gorgeous. Bastion, I'm so proud of you. Bastion, you're kicking butt and taking names. For every soldier Bastion defeats, I'm going to eat a pound of chocolate in a loving tribute to his skill. Your Highness, show the Marquis and his men your true strength. Impressive to say the least. Keep it up, Bastion. 3 victories? No one has managed such a feat until this day. The prince has uncanny strength. Those skills must now be tested by someone equally strong. Poor soldier, enter the arena. Hello, Bastion, and hello, ladies. You all must remember me, of course. Oh, the humanity. I hope you're just messing with me, Bastion, or I'd be really hurt. Wait, that voice. That horrible voice. There's not a woman on the continent who can forget my dulcet speech. It's that dirty old man. Andrew, the alcoholic womanizer? What's he doing here? It's that weirdo who kept sneaking peeks at Milia's butt. Very funny, Puck. You are just kidding, aren't you? Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I try to be friendly, and what do I get? An endless stream of verbal abuse. I have half a mind to get out of this ATC and give you all a beating. Andrew, cease your chatter and proceed with the test. Of course, Marquis Dionnes. Though you know, Bastion, there's nothing personal about the beating I'm gonna give you. It's strictly business. That's interesting, Andrew. I was about to say the same to you. Fight. Alright, so here's where the problem truly begins. We're going to look at Andrew's stats first. As you can see, his agility is slightly lower than I initially thought. I thought it was 28. It's 23. It doesn't matter. It's still really high. The good thing about this is his dexterity is only at 10, and our agility is at 18, which means we have a better chance of dodging his attacks. Unfortunately, we cannot get him to, let's see, attack from the front or the side unless we have our back to a wall. So that's the ideal thing you want to do. He will always go for the back attack. And as you can see, 50% dex to his hit actually. It's really high. Now we're going to go ahead, sit here. And I'll show you how high his accuracy is and what it does to our accuracy. Shocking, actually, now I'm looking at it. So we can hit for 90%, but that's only because he's going to use strong thrust. So we do not want to attack because we're going to get frozen. So we're going to end here. And let's go ahead and use fireball. He's attacked from the side, so we can't rely on our dormant skills activating. Or we can avoid this. You know what, we're going to try and focus on his backside. Okay, so there we go, 68% to hitting him. That's actually really low, but if we hit him twice, we can almost basically take him down in 3 turns. So hopefully this hits. Good. At this point, you want to always try and move to a position where you can protect your back. Unfortunately, we don't have that, so we're going to move here, face whatever direction that is, and Andrew's going to take our backside again. Hopefully we can dodge this. No, we didn't. Okay. Okay, we'll go back towards Andrew. We're going to sit here. Try and avoid this one? No. Yikes. Okay, so RNG is definitely not with us. Let's go try and end again. Avoid? Okay, RNG was with us in that point. We're going to attack from the back. This is the only real strat that can work, is trying to kill Andrew before he kills you. So we had an opportunity here to put our back towards the wall, and we took it. Let's end here, and he's going to attack from our side. Hopefully we dodge this. Good. Now, where FP is too high, we are risking losing to Dionne when he pops up, though, because of that. Oh, he's so Andrew. Okay, let's go ahead and use Fireball again. That's really 43%. That's really high, or that's really low. So if we attack from the back, does that somehow increase our accuracy? It does. Okay, we got lucky. We hit him all 3 times. And we managed to level up again. Alright. So, like I said, Dionne freaks me out. He should freak you out too. So I'm increasing my agility again. We're going to try and do as much as we can to survive. He will attack from any direction. Doesn't matter. He won't try to go for your back. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read that. Well, Devlin said something. Bastion, you're amazing. They can't control Bastion. They can only hope to contain him. Speaking of which, I can't contain my appetite any longer. Does anyone have some chips? Feed. Anything. If Bastion hasn't demonstrated his heart to the Marquis by now, then Dionne's test must be flawed. The test must be over, Dionne. Can't have any soldier stronger than that ninja, can he? You have defeated Andrew, the finest soldier in my army. I have no one left to send into battle against you. Ha ha ha. The test is over, Prince Bastion. You have shown greater strength of heart than I have ever witnessed, and you have guaranteed that I will be training my soldiers much harder in the future. Now, I have a request of you, Prince Bastion. I would like to engage you in combat. The outcome will have no effect on the test, I assure you. Grady is yours. This is purely a personal matter. His Highness has already fought 4 opponents. It would hardly be a fair fight, Marquis Dionnes. I don't mind, Galvis. In fact, I think fighting the Marquis would be an excellent test of its own. Your Highness, are you ready to begin? Whenever you are, Marquis Dionnes. Bastion, listen up. Dionne is fighting an ATAC called Roaring Lion. It's one of the most powerful on the continent. One good strike is all he needs to knock you out of the game. Understood, Zera. Thank you. Come on, Bastion. Alright, so one good strike truly will knock me out. So let's look at his stats quickly. Power 21, it's massively high. His agility is really low, which means we can basically always hit him. And his dex is also really low, which, because we're increasing our agility, means he's going to hit us less. So we are praying to the RNG gods right now that we won't get killed. If you look carefully at Mass Menace, this will prevent us from getting back attacks on him. So we have to be very careful. Alright, so let's put our back to the wall and end our turn. End our turn again, and hopefully he doesn't wipe us out in one go. We cannot block Flare Bomb, by the way. So let's watch. Do we survive this, or do we have to reload? Good, we survived that. Okay, so ideally we're going to want to do... Generally, I would have Tackle, but I don't. Tackle is the ideal attack you're going to want to use to survive these battles. So he has Reflect Attack and Parry, so we're going to attack from... Let's go here. We'll attack from the side, and then hopefully he misses. Good. Now we are going to end our turn. And to prevent him from using Flare Bomb, because Flare Bomb uses a lot of FP, we're going to run for our lives in the other direction. So, there we go. We're back to the wall. Where can he move? Also pay attention to how far he can actually move, okay? So, Flare Bomb has a range of 2. So if he gets here, we need to be at least here or here to be away from his flare bomb. At that point, we can rush forward and attack him. So we'll sit here. We'll have him come towards us. Do not ever engage in like a back and forth with him. He will kill you, and you will instantly regret ever doing it. Okay, 38% of him hitting me, which is it's still pretty high, but we have to risk things like this. Come on. Nice. Okay, we are basically the RNG gods are giving us their blessing. Let's end our turn here. We're gonna again run off as far as possible. We do not want to get hit by flare bomb. Okay, so let's just move one space to over there. Dionne's gonna come forward. Let's try it again. Ideally, you're gonna want to have tackle, but we don't have it. We are very lucky. We are very lucky that he is not hitting us. Okay, let's go attack from his back. This will protect us from his flare bomb. And we get another shot at leveling up. Okay, I believe this is our 3rd level up in the entire mission. Very, very lucky, by the way. I've never had 3 level ups in this single mission. So let's do that. And we're going to end our turn. Okay. If we manage to dodge this, we could probably win. Very lucky. Okay, we're going to go this way. Okay, so our back is to the wall. We're going to attack with Fireball. We're going to end. And we're going to go to his backside and attack with Fireball again. Okay, so here's where things can go really bad. If he hits us now, we won. We won. RNG was with us. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy. We don't have to do any save reloads. Oh. Just excellent. We've defeated Dionne. Excellent. Good. This usually would take forever, by the way. 212 experience because we attacked from the back. Could have got a lot more if we beat him from the front. And 1200 money. Bastion won. Bastion defeated Marquis of Dionne. This has to be a wonderful dream. If that's true, then I'll ask Bastion to pinch me. Bastion, I'm so very proud of you. This is your finest battle ever. You did it, Bastion. Yahoo! Bastion is the best fighter on the continent. His incredible strength calls for a celebratory feast. Your Highness, I am humbled just to have seen you fight with such skills. Bastion, your fighting skill will be the stuff of legends. Excellent. How do you feel about that? That was, hopefully you picked up some tips from that. And remember, this mission, when you're fighting Dionne and Andrew, is pure RNG. You should not, technically, you should not be strong enough to fight them. And it's going to rely purely on RNG being on your side. But we can still prepare for victory, of course. This is Gradia, the stone which was used to seal Ultra Gunner's power. You have passed the test, Bastion, and I therefore give Gradia to you. I feel strange. I hear a faint voice, deep inside my head, calling out to me. Now I'm starting to see something in my mind's eye. It's a glistening white ATAC. It's Ultra Gunner. Your Highness, are you alright? Marquis Dionne, what is going on? What is happening to His Highness? Prince Bastion has passed the 2nd test, Commander Galvus. You never mentioned the 2nd test, Marquis Dionne. Explain yourself at once. Gradia is a magic stone, Commander Galvus. It can detect when someone worthy or unworthy possesses it. If someone unworthy were to take Gradia, it would not allow him or her to use the Ultra Gunner. Because Bastion is worthy, Gradia is revealing the location of Ultra Gunner to him. Thank you for clarifying, Marquis Dionne, although I still wish you had informed us beforehand. Your Highness, I come with extremely important news. Galon, why have you followed us here and ignored your sworn duty to defend a rabbit castle? Bastion, watch out! Galon is a traitor! Got it. Galon stole Gradia away from me. What's going on? Let's move, Bastion. We must catch Galon before he delivers Gradia to the Empire. It's no use, Saria. I can barely keep pace with Ganlon, let alone try to catch up with him. Your observation is correct, Bastion. There's no way to catch Ganlon while he moves. Our only course of action is to track him and hope he stops. Marquis Dionnes, there's a formation of ATACs from the Muspel Nation dead ahead. Duke Radcot is very hungry indeed for the power of the Ultra Gunner. That bastard will feed upon the fist of my ATAC this day. Right, look at that. So oh, I'm fist pumping right now. We completed Dionne's test and survived. RNG was with us. We defeated Dionne. Ah, excellent work. Now, since we finished that, we don't need to prepare Bastion at all anymore. We just need to prepare his stats for when he gets his ATAC. You know which one I'm talking about. If you haven't played the Rune Route, I'm not going to say. If you have, you know what I'm talking about. And then we need to prepare Reyna to get Reyna's trick attack, which we're not going to switch to the Waterstone just yet. So let's save here because we are awesome. We did it. So proud of ourselves, right? All right, I guess gotta get rid of Araba Reclaimed. And we're going to look at our stats before we go into the next mission. Okay, stats, Bastion. Yeah, his agility is really high now. That's good. It's not going to be useful for the ATAC he ends up getting, but it's good right now. Reyna is pretty close to getting Reyna's trick, by the way. And my chart must be wrong when it comes to her learning Reflect Attack. I'll double check that and update you guys in the next stream. But yeah, she's going to switch over to the Water Sealing Stone very soon. And here's something to know. This is important. After this mission, you're going to lose access to all the Kingdom Route characters who will not be following you into the Rune Route. So, Reyna, get rid of her hard roll, okay? So look at the white ticks on the stats. Let's switch back to hard roll. Look at all that was removed. This is why you need to get rid of hard roll. You might be able to get +2 range attacks, but you're going to learn that as you progress through the game. Instead, take Serata, and you see the stat boost is humongous. Devlin is not going to follow us. Barlow is going to follow us. And really, we can't switch him out with anything. When Bastion gets his new ATAC, we can give him the Alba, or we can take Serata from Reyna. So it's up to you on who you want to have which one. They will give the same stat boost, so it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of which character do you want to look cooler or not. So Bastion, Reyna, Barlow will follow you into the Rune Route. Everybody else needs to be de-equipped if you possibly can, right? So let's double check here. Barlow's following. Zera has no amulet. And yeah, nobody has any amulets to take, nor any good weapons to give up. So we're good. Let's exit this. We don't need to change our save. Well, we don't need to save because we did absolutely nothing. Let's go to interview. Talk to Reyna 3 times. And she adores us. Obviously, we're awesome. I'm not surprised that Duke Radcot is so evil. Living in a desert like Muspel would make me crazy too. You could talk to Barlow if you want your morale to increase for him, but just have him do nothing in battle and you'll get far more morale than if you did interview with him. Oops, talked to Reyna 2 more times. Again, morale means nothing in Rune Route. It's only important in the Kingdom Route and semi-important in the Empire Route, depending on what ending you want for the Empire Route. Okay, briefing time. Radcot has decided to attack us for a second time. How many lessons must we teach him before he gives up? Or will I simply have to destroy the entirety of his army? This is wretched timing. We'll never be able to catch Ganlon now. We can, if we finish these troops quickly. Okay, so as you can probably as you can probably gather, Muspel forces have arrived in Etchiel Field, where they first intercepted us, ambushed us, before we got to Marquis Dionnes to do Dionne's test. So now we're fighting in the same field. More enemies, but trust me, the threat level of this is still 0. Well, nearly 0. What? Ganlon is working for Radcot? We've been waiting patiently for you, Highness. You shall pay for your treachery with your life, Ganlon. Wear it. I have to give credit where credit is due. Without your help, I might have never found the Gradiel stone. I know you'll do the smart thing and hand it over, eh, Ganlon? I thought we agreed to discuss my position as commander of your armies first, but here you go. Ganlon, you're a fool. Radcot's plans for you are about 6 feet deep. Hehehe, you got a good eye for treachery, eh, Zira? Goodbye, Galnon? Galnon. I thought we had a gentleman's agreement. And he died. Unfortunately, you made a deal while ignoring the fact that I'm not a gentleman. Hehehe. You're a despicable Radcot. His Highness will never cooperate with a pustule like you. Hehehe, pustule, eh? Well, I'm not a stupid pustule. I know that coercion will require torture. I believe you're overestimating your chance of success in this ill-conceived plan. Give it up, Radcot. Hehehe, I don't think you're in any position to be giving advice. I have the Ultra Gunner. I am power. I can finally slice that damn smirk off Faulkner's face, and what a pleasure that will be. I'll be the supreme ruler of the continent. Kings and commoners alike will bow down before me. And I haven't even begun to mention my plans for assembling the largest harem in history. Hehehe. I'm going to be sick. Oh well, enough talk. Time to die. Kill them all, my soldiers. Except for Prince Bastion, of course. Alright, so we have 3 AI control characters. That is Dionne. He unfortunately does not have bursting fire, which would be freaking awesome, by the way. He would basically destroy everything. Zera, he doesn't have Sonic Blade, and Andrew doesn't have Wind Strike, so they're not amazing. But they will still experience from you, so again, make sure you try not to let them take experience. We can lose this battle, so be careful not to let Bastion die. And whoever lands the killing blow on Radcot will bring forth a unique dialogue. So if you want to see a specific character say something specific about defeating Radcot, then you would have them make the kill. Even the AI control characters have their own unique dialogue, so yeah. Okay, so we're just going to move everybody as far forward as possible. We are, of course, going to make sure not Barlow. I was going to say Barlow. We need to make sure Reyna and Bastion make all the kills. Preferably Reyna, because her level is pretty low, so we want her to level up really quick. So parry activated. Fantastic. Okay, basically probably no one's ever going to be able to hit Andrew, but they can freeze him, and that's when he is most vulnerable. Okay, so it's a bit odd seeing Galvus inside Harol, but we gotta let Harol go. Alright, so Andrew will probably be frozen. Yeah, probably frozen, and he'll probably be wiped out. The only issue, there's really no issue if the AI allies are gone, because this is the last time we're going to fight with them. So let's go ahead and attack. We're going to have Reyna make the kills for the lower level enemies, since we don't need Bastion to level up as much as he was currently leveling up. We could focus also on leveling up Barlow, but without a unique attack, his viability as a core party member really is put into question. We could have him specifically learn Turbulence, so that he can do a Turbulence spam, but without second attack, it's not as useful as, let's say, if Bastion learned it. Okay, so Muspel 11. Let's make sure Dionne doesn't move, and Dionne and Zera don't go next. So Zera's going to be next, so that means Reyna can make the kill right there. Okay, let's go and attack Muspel 9. And we're just going to go basically crazy on them right now. In the next mission, well, in the future missions, we'll be able to just, I would say, I'm trying to put this into words right away, easily, right? We will have no AI allies in the Ruin route, so we don't have to worry about any allies stealing our experience. Right now, we can just probably go ham, just trying not to let any of your AI allies take the kills right now. So let's give Barlow, Reyna, and Bastion the kills as much as possible. Okay, Devlin can move forward. We want to try, yeah, the usual, right? Try not to let the AI allies take the kills. Okay, Andrew is gonna die, which is okay. We want him to lose. Dionne, on the other hand, is really hard to defeat for the enemies, because he's so powerful. Okay, and just snipe to kill. Okay, who's next? So we have, oh, all the Muspel soldiers going first. Okay, so Barlow, Bastion, Barlow, Reyna is next. So that means we can do a triple attack. And so we're going to have Reyna make the kills. So we'll weaken Muspel 10 then. My dad's strong. There we go, slash. Okay, now let's move out of the way. Barlow should be next, and then Reyna. All these Muspel soldiers will not move until you get close enough or you start attacking. So you don't really have to worry about them. Okay, Barlow can't attack Muspel 7 because it'll wipe him out. We'll move forward with Bastion a little bit. We'll leave Zera and the AI controlled characters in the back here. And we'll use Fireball. There we go. There we go. Now we have base 8. So for Reyna's tricks, 16 base, 20 dexterity. So we're pretty close to it. And unfortunately, I was wrong about reflect attack. I don't know why. So she can learn mental vision, which basically allows her to do increase her counter attack rate, but we generally won't do that for obvious reasons. We'll have her instead learn forward and rear menace, which is 10 base and 8 defense, but 10 defense for rear menace. So 8 base and defense. There we go. Now she should have menace. Okay, let me double check this. Oh. I need to check my charts. I will double check that, and I will update on how to get her dormant skills. So she's going to learn forward menace and rear menace eventually. Okay, Galvez can go ahead and... let's not have him attack. Let's leave the kingdom... the ones who are going to leave us do absolutely nothing. Okay, let's wipe out. Attack Muscle Soldier in the front here. Actually, we'll hit from the side, so Barlow can hit from the front and get more experience. Use Fireball. End their turn. Devlin can just move forward and end his turn. We'll use them as basically like pin cushions for attacks. Okay, Barlow, let's just have him counter attack. Go. Okay, he might one-shot. We'll see. No, we're lucky. Easy to dodge. Okay, Barlow can go ahead and attack Muspel 5. There we go. Let's move him out of the way now. And I think, you know what? You know what we'll do for him? His defense is pretty high, quote-unquote high. So now we'll give him the Windstone. We'll have him use Turbulence, right? It's the most useful. It's the most useful for characters who don't really have a unique attack. So let's get him let's get him the Wind Sealing Stone and get him to learn Turbulence. And a Sealing Stone he's gonna require is Olivine. But we don't need to attack that. We can attack them. Go right there. Don't attack the Frozen. Good, thank you. Okay, Radcot has such high HP. The only reason why the threat level is so low in this mission is because Radcot does not have Terror Shock. If he had it, that Earth attack is immensely powerful. And it would basically make Radcot very difficult to deal with. How y'all doing today? Did you like the fact that we completed Dionne's test? Not, I wouldn't say super easily, but we managed to complete it thanks to RNG being on our side. That was the best ever. And we leveled up multiple times there, which generally does not happen. So we got super lucky. But we managed to complete it, so that's all. That was the best part of it. It's mission 8. Well, Dionne's test is the hardest mission. That's why it's a huge achievement if you ever complete it fully, right? By defeating Dionne. Now, if you don't know, that mission is an automatic victory. So you can't actually lose. You can lose in the very first round and still complete it. So it's also the fastest mission. And here. Bastion is level 15, so he's not going to get a lot of experience from Radcot, so we're going to avoid defeating Radcot with Bastion. We'll probably give it to Reyna instead, assuming the AIs don't take it from us. Okay, so Reyna can end up being frozen. Who comes after her? We need Barlow to come next. Okay, so Barlow's not going to come next for a while. Andrew can end up taking Muspel 3 kill by going here or here, so there's still a risk of losing it. So I guess if we do this... Oh, we can't even block Andrew, so if he decides to take Muspel 3, he's going to take Muspel 3. Let's just go ahead and freeze Reyna. Ideally, you don't want to do that, but we're going to lose experience if Andrew decides to take the kill. So let's end here. Now, another way you can build up Barlow is by giving him the Earth Stone. It's not a great stone to use. It's only good for Nana because of Bahamut, but you can use it for healing as well as raising defense. So that's the only reason why we want to use it, primarily for the healing and defense if you really need it. So that's another way you can power him up. And we're going to move Devlin. He missed, okay. Okay, Barlow, anyone here has low HP? Muspel 6 does, but we're going to get killed if I attack him. Let's instead move forward. We're going to hit Radcot with our low level characters. It's still the same strats, right? We're having our AI characters focus on the enemies away from Radcot. And Zera seems to really want to attack Zera, or Zera really wants to attack Radcot, while doing a minor amount of damage. What I find interesting is Radcot is not attacking. Considering his FP is pretty low. Oh, he's finally attacking, okay. Considering his FP was pretty low and not above 60, I wasn't understanding why he wasn't attacking. Okay, we lost Barlow. Again, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to be able to level them up really fast once we get into Ruin Route. Okay, let's attack from the back. We still do quite a bit of damage, but the experience you get from it isn't great. Okay, if we can get Reyna beside Bahamut, then we can get her to get some experience from that. Okay, Devlin, let's see if we can... How far can Reyna move? So she'll be able to take this position. And all we have to do is block off the other side with another character, and we should be fine. Andrew has Tornado and Dionne has Flare Bomb, so they could still attack Radcot and potentially freeze him, so that's a good thing. So, does Radcot have Mass Menace? No, he doesn't. Okay, so we can still walk around him. Let's leave Bastion here. I'll attack Radcot. He won't run away, so we don't have to worry about losing experience. Now move Reyna as close as possible. Okay, I guess she's gonna go over here. And can we attack? Melting? We could do this. Zera, which basically means Zera's gonna get a stronger attack. Do more damage on Radcot. So let's not go. Now you might be wondering why Andrew is so strong. Oh, okay, come on. Hold a thought. Let's go to turns. We have Galvus next, then Dionne. Oof. If Dionne uses Flare Bomb on Radcot, he could probably one-shot him. We have Devlin and Reyna. Should I risk it? I think let's play the risky game here. Let's hope Dionne doesn't use Flare Bomb on Radcot and one-shot him. And yeah, we'll move Reyna toward... Oh wait. Forgot we have control of Galvus. Okay, so we can move Galvus behind 0. And then he won't be able to attack. Won't be able to attack Radcot. Perfect. Okay, Radcot's not going to do anything. We're going to have Devlin move forward. Now, Devlin might die. I don't care. We want to bring down the HP as much as possible. That was an accident. I meant to use Slash. We're going to end our... Wait, why is Bastion next? Reyna should be next. Okay, so Bastion's next. We're going to move Reyna here, and we're going to get her to take down Radcot. Let's watch it happen, because I like watching Radcot be destroyed. Especially by Reyna. Fantastic. 48. This is wrong. All wrong. You were supposed to lose, and I was supposed to rule the continent. I was going to have a harem. I was going to spit in Faulkner's face. All my wonderful plans ruined. Damn it all. Not fair. Fantastic. We stopped the madman. 158 experience. Excellent. Excellent. Alright. So, let's go ahead and increase her defense by 2. Remember, dormant skills are gained by the blue ticks, not the white ticks. And we'll increase her base again by 1. There we go. Bastion, I've retrieved Gradia for you. And let's go info. Okay, I'm going to double check the dormant skills and how you learn them, or what stat allocations are required. Okay, avoid this. Okay, so it's just basically defeating the remnants of the Muspel army. After this, we make the choice to get onto Ruin Route. Let's try and get as much experience as possible. I don't believe I'm going to be able to get Reyna to level up as quickly as I'd want her to. So let's just get the kills with Bastion. There we go. And then that last Muspel soldier should end up dying. Okay, so Bastion has dormant skills left to learn. Chivalry, Mental Vision, Second Attack, and Mass Menace. Now I confirm these as being real, as I confirm them as the stat allocations on my chart being correct. So he's gonna need... I want him to learn Second Attack. That allows you to do multiple attacks, 2 attacks in a single turn. You still need to have the AP to do it, but it allows you to do that. So for that, he's gonna need 16 base and 10 agility. So we're almost there for a base. One more level up and we'll be able to get it. Yeah, one more level up. Okay, let's move. Okay, he's gonna die. Who's next? Andrew? Okay, well, Andrew can have it. There's no point. Like, Galvus is leaving next mission. There we go. It's over. And here comes Sidira. Princess Sidira. I have come with empty hands and open arms, Bastion. I am not here to do battle with you. I only wish to speak with you of an urgent matter of great import. It's impossible. You are the prince of the Farasia kingdom? I appreciate your coming this far just to mock me, Sidira. You don't take teasing very well, do you, Bastion? Besides, I am here for a very important reason. You're here because you heard word of the Ultra Gunner. That's right. I'm here to find out what Bastion intends to do with it. And if his answer is the wrong one, I will do whatever I must to prevent him from awakening it. What? You of all people should understand exactly why His Highness requires the Ultra Gunner. His Highness can end the war which has devastated both of our nations and unite the continent. Calm down, Galvus. I believe it would be best to hear what Bastion wishes to do. I apologize, Your Highness. I become excited rather easily. It's alright, Galvus. Answer the question, Bastion. What are your intentions? Alright, so here is the dialogue choice that will push you into the Kingdom route, should you choose to proceed into that, or push you into the Ruin route, should you choose to go into that. So I intend to end the war, will keep you on the Kingdom route path. Be careful, because if you press it once, you're on the kingdom route. Use I will conquer the continent to enter the ruin route, well, to have this happen. Are you serious, Bastion? And then you have to choose it again. This is basically a confirmation. Do you really want to go into a crazy route or not? So, I will conquer the continent, and now we are on the ruin route. It is as Galvus says, with the power of the Ultra Gunner, I will unite the nations of the continent. Bastion, don't you understand? When the continent is under my control, the wars will finally end. Do you intend to rule the nations of the continent with the politics of fear and the threat of violence? You'll be nothing but a dictator and a tyrant. I demand you do not speak with such rudeness to His Highness. You probably think that would never happen to you, Bastion, but it will. You will become addicted to the power you wield. You will become jaded and corrupted and evil. That won't happen to me, Sadira. I would never dishonor myself or my father with such behavior. All of your words mean nothing and your actions belie them. It's not fair for you to compare me with anyone else. I am unique in this world, Sadira, just as you are. I want to believe you, Bastion, but you must understand why I cannot place my faith in you. Yes, I understand, because you are too bitter to have faith in anything. How dare you make such an assumption, Bastion? You made assumptions about me first, Sadira. Princess, perhaps we should leave until you have calmed down. Calm down, Bastion. I see no need to lose your temper at the girl. Go ahead, Bastion. Try to follow through on your plans. I guarantee that you will fail. And I guarantee you I'll succeed, simply to spite you. Let us depart, Franco. Yes, Princess. Take care, Prince Bastion. Never mind her, Your Highness. She merely senses that the evil empire is about to kneel before you. I will show her that I can achieve power without corruption. I've never seen Bastion this resolved before. That's your first taste of the craziness that's going to happen. It gets crazier from here on. Now that we have acquired Gradia, Your Highness, our next task is to locate Ultra Gunner. I'm so surprised that the vision I received from Gradia failed to show where Ultra Gunner is hidden. Perhaps we should return to the castle to see if our spies have any news to report. Marquis Dionnes, I am in your debt. Nonsense, Prince Bastion. I am only helping fulfill the promise that my family made many years ago. Marquis Dionnes, would it be alright if we spoke without our titles? I hate such formalities. Unless, of course, you feel the need to, Not at all, Bastion. On the contrary, I am often suspect of those who boast of their bloodlines. His Highness should be proud of his bloodline instead of constantly trying to ignore it. So, Marquis Dionne, you'd like me to escort Bastion on a search for the Ultra Gunner? Not a problem, sir. I'm glad to hear that, Andrew. Take care that you don't cause trouble for Bastion with your antics. I don't know what you mean, Dionne. It's not my fault that people are so easily offended these days. I can tell you consider Bastion a good man, Andrew. Protect his life as you would mine, or your own. Once again, sir, not a problem. Before I depart, a quick question. Do I, get paid anything extra now that I'm guarding the prince? I am of the opinion that you should leave before I decide not to pay you anything at all, Andrew. Good answer, sir. I have only one request of you, ninja. Stay out of my way. Lighten up, Galvus. Just because I get all the girls doesn't mean we can't be friends, does it? Besides, I doubt you heard any of the chicks in this group complaining about me hanging around. Oh, really? Then maybe I need to complain a little louder. I'm certain Malia will agree. I'm sorry, Reina, but I'm not very good at raising my voice. This is going to be a long and lonely trip. It was a pleasure to have met you, Bastion. I am glad it was you who claimed Gratia. I'm confident that you will discover Ultra Gunner. Take care, Dionne, and thank you for everything. Let's move. Welcome back, Duke Zera. Did you learn anything from Dionne? We learned that Bastion is the only one who can pilot Ultra Gunner, and we learned that Gamlon was slaving for Duke Radcot. There are suspicions about the reason for Gamlon's strange behavior were confirmed. I'm sorry. I know there was a time when he considered him a friend. Learned that he betrayed us to the Empire must have not been pleasant. At least we now understand how Rabat Castle fell so easily to the Imperial Army. I take responsibility for not noticing Gamlon's behavior, Your Highness. I should have paid more attention. I take solace from the fact that he met a pathetic and dishonorable fate. There's nothing comforting about death, Galvus. Whether it befalls an enemy or a friend, it is a tragedy. Is there any news of where the Ultra Gunner may be found? Nothing at all, Zera, although our spies continue to scour the continent for clues. I'm afraid our opinions are thinning out, Bastion. Have you any ideas? Actually, I do. Have any of you seen a temple with an emblem of the sun decorating its entrance? No. Why do you ask? Do you think the Ultra Gunner could be hidden there? I saw that temple in the vision I had when I first grasped Gradia, and I'd almost forgotten about it. But our talk of where Ultra Gunner could be stored away seems to have refreshed my memory. I do not know of any temples adorned with the emblems of which you speak, Your Highness. I apologize. I've never heard of a religion on the continent that worships the sun, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know exactly what you're talking about, Bastion, because I have seen that temple with my own eyes. Have you now? Do tell, Reyna. It's not any religion you've heard of, just a small, well-tanned sect of sun worshippers. I saw their temple a few years ago when I took time off from the Avalon Corps and toured the continent. You've had quite the adventurous life, haven't you, Reyna? I'm jealous. You voluntarily left the armed forces to be a tourist? I am baffled by your decision, miss. In any case, I remember that temple very well, because I was too afraid to go inside. Well, considering that this is the only lead we have, let's check it out. Where is this place, Reyna? Unfortunately, it's in an area that's currently controlled by the Empire, but not far across the border. We don't have any choice, Reyna. To the temple we go. Are you sure, Bastion? What if we provoke the Empire? If we find Ultra Gunner, we'll be able to handle anything they throw at us. Now let's go. This is definitely the temple I saw in the vision. Ultra Gunner is inside here. I know it. Father, I made it. At last, Your Highness. At last you can restore the kingdom to glory and destroy the Empire forever. And I can honor the life of Alucard. Listen up, people. The Imperial army just arrived, and they don't look very happy. Downright pissed, in fact. They found us already? They must have spies all along the border. As always, the Empire's sense of timing is exquisitely awful. Get in that temple, Bastion. We'll keep you covered while you find the Ultra Gunner and get it working. What if Ultra Gunner isn't inside? And what if you are outnumbered by the Imperials? Hurry up and go, Bastion. This is not the time to be expressing feelings of doubt. This is the time for action. Besides, I wasn't planning on dying in your defense today. Devlin. While it might be hard to believe, Your Highness, I agree with Devlin. Act swiftly and decisively. Come on, Bastion. I've always wanted to see what Ultra Gunner looks like. This is the moment Alucard prepared for you for, Bastion. Don't let him down. Alright, I'll hurry inside. Take care and fight with honor. I'll join you as soon as I can. We'd better hurry too, or ATACs will be smashed before we even get inside them. Alright, look at that. So, my apologies. This is the last mission where you can swap out the ATACs. So make sure you do that. Take Serrata, and I don't believe you can take Alba yet, but make sure to take Serrata away from Gallus and either go to Devlin or Reyna. It's way more better. It's better than Radcot and Harol. So let's save here. And we will go and we'll go and get rid of Nordilain Assault. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's do... Alright, actually this is the end of the stream. It's been 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave though, at noon, I am going to be streaming again Parasite Mutant. If you're a fan of Parasite Eve, Parasite Mutant is the spiritual successor to it. So it just released a demo. As far as I know, it's just released. And I've already tried it last stream, so we're about halfway through. So if you haven't watched it already, check out my streams and you'll see it there. I'll put a link in the description. Well, actually, I won't put a link in the description, but you can go into my channel, click live, and then right now it's public. So just look for Parasite Mutant. It should be the very first entry there, and check it out. And at noon, I'm going to do the second half. It's a long demo, and it's a long demo, so it's taking longer to stream than I originally thought it would. I thought it would be like a normal demo length, 30 minutes. Turns out it's not. So yeah, check it out if you're into Parasite Eve, and then come back at noon to watch the rest of me completing Parasite Mutant demo. But back to Vanguard Bandits. Now we are on the Ruin route. It's not going to seem like it when we begin the mission, but you're going to see an immediate change once Bastion comes out with Ultra Gunner, and you'll see that's your indicator that we are on the ruin route for sure. So thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for more to watch, then just go ahead and check out the channel. We have lots of Vanguard Bandits stuff. You're going to see lots of clips coming up for Vanguard Bandits, including guides and tips of how to play, as well as optimization builds, which will come after though. After the guides and tips come out. And I'm going to cut down the streams to be mission by mission, make it easier to watch. And yeah, so next Vanguard Bandit stream will be next Tuesday, 9:15, and I stream to 11:13. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays will have that exact same time. If you're into Phasmophobia, probably maybe you are, maybe you just don't know what it is or curious. It's a ghost hunting investigation game. I stream that on Mondays if you want to check it out. It's a bit it's way different than what we do here though, so if you don't get into it, then that's perfectly fine. Just come back here and watch our retro live walkthrough streams.